the habits that I've stuck to for 2024 so far. There are lots of things I still want to be working on.
So I've been debating whether or not to make this video because it's such a contrast to my last video that I uploaded, but I think it just needs to be done. I need to get it out of the way so that I can move on and continue with my channel because it's something that I really want to do. My last video was a list of things that I have been doing consistently since the new year, and I think I recorded it 2 weeks into the new year, and literally since posting that video I pretty much have done none of the things that I was doing. I have been struggling. So for those of you that don't know me, I am a mum of two, a 13-month-old now and a 4-year-old. I am a stay-at-home mum. I work from home. I spend a lot of my time with my kids, and I'm really in the thick of a postpartum journey. Second time round, I feel like there is so much complexity to it, and so much that, you know, there are moments where I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm on the other side and I'm good and things are great, and it's like I'm looking up from here, and then I don't know, anyway, I'm seeing the most incredible life coach at the moment, and I am feeling like I need to share a bit of my journey. I'm here because I want to share my journey as a mum, as a new mum-ish. I mean, relatively new. My eldest kid is 4, and obviously to make the struggles of mum life visible online. That's my goal. That's what I want to pursue. And so I'm not going to pretend that things have been great. I think I've struggled quite a bit this year, and it was going to be my postpartum recovery journey, but I'm getting there, and like I said, I'm seeing a life coach at the moment. So I had never really thought to invest in life coaching before, because it's, from the outside, it kind of seems like it is quite a privileged thing to be able to access, and I do appreciate that. I realized that I was actually wasting a lot of time and money on other things that I know that I need, but the way that I'm functioning at the moment, there's no follow through. So, you know, physio seems like an obvious thing, and I'm investing in physio because I'm not put together the way that I should be 13 months later. So I'm investing in physio. The problem is I can go to many physio sessions and then have zero motivation to follow through with the exercises that are designed meant to heal me. So I'm with my kids most of the time, and when I do have help, or when I am accepting help, which I'm getting better at, I'm just not prioritizing my health in those times. So I will do things that my family needs. I'll clean, I'll sort out my house, or I'll work, but I'm not giving myself the opportunity to prioritize myself. I realized that someone has got to steer the ship that is me, and so a life coach, someone who can help me actually learn how to navigate my thoughts and my motivation and all the things that can really help make or break me achieving my goals, is where I need the work. In my mind, if I access the support from someone who can help me develop a different sense of motivation when I need it, then my physio goals will be easier to achieve. My exercise goals will be easier to achieve. The goals that help me feel fulfilled will be easier to achieve. So yeah, I just want you to know, here is another mum online who, second time round, over a year into her postpartum journey, does not have her shit together and is far from it. And actually I'll make a video talking about how I'm feeling so accomplished 2 weeks into the new year, and then that'll probably be the last time I do those things. I'm feeling humbled. I want to be getting back on track, but I needed to put this out there because I've been feeling like, you know, I put a video online that was like, these are all the things that I'm doing in 2024 that are making me feel really good about myself. Those things are no longer true for now. I just want to continue sharing honestly about mum life and postpartum life, which has not been easy, and is not easy for many. It's not easy for most, but it's definitely not been easy for me. So after making quite a vague clip of how things have not been working for me a few days ago, I just thought I might be a little bit more specific. I didn't really talk about what what I'm struggling with. So here's the thing. I was diagnosed with ADHD after my first baby turned probably 1, maybe even 2. I can't remember the timeline. She's now 4. It blows my mind how many mums are having the same experience. It totally blows my mind. But here are the things that made me go for an assessment. Completely and utterly overstimulated. I can imagine that that's quite a typical first-time mum experience, particularly because, you know, you're going through sleeplessness and a baby and just a whole new world of responsibilities and things that kind of happen in your surroundings 24/7, and someone else is physically in your space 24/7. You are maybe feeding, maybe breastfeeding, maybe not, but you're constantly responsible for that person. You're constantly being touched by another human, hearing loud noises. You don't have the opportunity to go and, you know, basically cater to your own needs. And if you do, it's got to be quick. It's got to be a half done, or way less than, a basic shower has to be something that has got to be quick, and you're not relaxed, and you're relying on someone else to be able to do that. And it's all very, very, very different, a huge contrast to what life was before a baby. So I think a lot of those things are a pretty typical experience. For me, however, and I think this is common for others who have ADHD, is that all those things are manageable until my attention needs to be elsewhere, and that's when I absolutely crumble. So I can handle it. I can handle carrying a baby all day. What I can't handle is carrying a baby all day and my phone ringing. So all the things that used to happen before that wouldn't faze me, my phone ringing, someone having a conversation with me, someone needing my attention for something, having to focus on basically anything else. So the baby related stuff, while it is obviously overstimulating, now I have a toddler and my daughter's now 4. Is she still a toddler? I don't know if you consider 4-year-olds toddlers, but anyway, my daughter's now 4. My son, he is 13 months old. So he is very loud and quite demanding of my attention. And she is equally as loud and, well, actually more loud and demanding of my attention. Now I'm at the stage where I have kind of that double stimulation, double demand as well. And it always happens at the same time. And I'm assuming they trigger each other. I think that's quite normal with kids. I'm also part of the triggering as well, because, when I'm tired and one kid needs me, because I'm so overstimulated and tired, I probably am not responding in the best way. And so the other kid feels that mum's not right. And so that's upsetting, and I feel like that just brings on a whole avalanche of other things. So with that, just the ADHD component, since having my second baby, initially I think I was just staying afloat. So as a mum of a newborn, staying afloat, and that's a very common experience. I know, I was just staying afloat. I was just trying to manage to shower, manage to eat, manage to rest. I would sleep when the baby sleeps. I'm very much in favor of that. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, well, when do I clean? And yeah, well, when do I do this? None of those things, for me personally, were more important than actually closing my eyes. Other things had to wait. I think being tired brings on so much more for me in terms of being overstimulated, that I cannot pass on an opportunity to rest, or at least when I had the chance, when I had a newborn. At the time, my toddler was still napping, so it was really handy. Every now and then I'd manage to tee up everyone's naps and I'd lie down with them and sleep, and it was great. So I think initially I was just keeping my head afloat. Now that my son is getting older, he can't just be, in a pram while I entertain the toddler at a park. He's also needing to get out. He can't just be, he's not just napping while I try and make her breakfast. He's also having breakfast and getting hungry and having his demands and getting louder. He's now just started walking. So now I've hit the point of not just being tired and staying afloat in newborn territory. Now I've hit the point of overstimulation, and holy shit, I can't focus on anything because there is too much going on around me 24/7. And so I feel like I've hit a wall. It's really had an impact on my mental health and as a result, my physical health as well. unhealthy, but I'm just not doing anything to serve my body at the moment, and I'm not feeling great. So I had a very awkward moment when I went to the local health food store and I said, is there anything you can give me that can help maybe, settle some of my, I feel like I'm a nervous wreck 24/7. A lot of it's got to do with being overstimulated. There's just so much going on around me. Everywhere I look, there's something. Also visually, there's so much around me. There's folding that needs to be done all the time on a daily. I've got a pile right now. There is never a minute where there's a clean surface or a clear surface or a clear corner of the room where I can sit and go, at least if I look in this direction. It's just, and yes, obviously it's got to do with having stuff, but it's also got to do with having kids, and kids make a mess, and kids need so much, and kids also don't clean up after themselves. So if I've made breakfast, I then have to clean up after that breakfast. And while I'm doing that, my 2 kids are screaming in the back. It's just, anyway, I'm describing something that's very common, and I know that, but for me, it's just been a lot. So I went into the health food store, and I'm now always holding back tears, and always I feel a lump in my throat all the time, because I'm really, I'm just sick of being upset, and I'm sick of crying, but I want a solution. So I went in there and I was like, do you have something that you can help me with? And they did. It was excellent. But within, one of the lovely women in there was like, you're doing an amazing job. And just hearing that, I exploded into tears, and I was so mortified. I can't have a simple conversation without ending up crying or ending up just losing it. It's not cool. I think I've struggled with that. So I've struggled with my focus. I've struggled with being completely overstimulated. That's leading me to just behave poorly all the time. I am eating bad. And when I say bad, for me, I'm not here to talk about good food and bad food, and I'm learning a lot with my life coach around that stuff as well. But what I am saying is that I know that what I'm doing is not serving me. I know that what I have been doing is not serving me. I will cook something nice and healthy for my children, but because I crave quiet and I crave a bit of a moment to myself, I often will then serve myself something else when I've put them to bed and I'm alone. So then I'll sit and eat, and it's late at night, and it's often, not something that is nutrient rich. It's more than what my body needs, but it is more like a sensory comfort moment that I have to myself. And I do this every single day. I go to sleep late. I have unlimited amount of screen time when I'm trying to go to bed, which is horrible. And I catch myself, it's none of it serving me. None of it serving me. I have moments where I'm just scrolling and it's late, but it's that moment where you're oh, I've got some time to myself. I'm not going to waste it sleeping. I need to, I don't know. And obviously that doesn't serve me in terms of my sleep. It also doesn't serve me in terms of my overstimulation and my attention span, because I'm now at the point where I'm just struggling to focus so much. That's just where I'm at the moment. I haven't contemplated medication. I don't know, that might be something in the future, but I just wish that I was able to manage all my symptoms. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is me personally, so this is no criticism on anyone else's lifestyle choices, but it's if I haven't done everything that I can in terms of my behavior, daily routines and practices, and basically setting myself up to manage symptoms of ADHD, then I'm not ready to allow myself to go down the path of medication. And in saying that, I did buy supplements, and I'm not gonna prescribe anything, but I am having stuff that helps manage some symptoms, to calm me, to help me focus. But obviously it's not prescribed medication from a psychiatrist. The flow-on effects are basically that I am so tired that I'm not following through with things that I'm meant to be doing. I don't get time to myself until, I put my kids to bed around 7. They're asleep now, but any minute now my son will wake up, and this is every single night. And I'm alone. I'm home alone until very late. I'm not going to start doing exercise, and maybe this is how my brain functions. I'm not going to start doing exercise when I know that I'm going to be stopped any minute now. So I haven't been doing much up until now. And you know what? I get a little bit embarrassed and ashamed every time I put something online that's today I start. That's just how I am. Comment down below if this happens to you, or if you know why this happens. If I'm on a roll with something, I can keep it going, but the minute I break it, it falls apart. And I don't know why. If I'm doing everything that I can to exercise daily, even if it's 5 minutes, for some reason with me, it'll only work until the one day, or maybe let's say 2 days in a row, where I couldn't make it happen. It's almost like I've broken my winning streak, so I just stop. I frustrate the hell out of myself. I want to be more flexible with, if I fell off the wagon, let's say, it's not like it all goes in the toilet and, oh well, give up on everything. Like, that's just how, I don't know, that is how my brain functions, and it so doesn't serve me. I was doing exercise quite a bit, and even if it was like short bursts, I was doing it daily. I can say that I don't have time to exercise. Logically, that is an absolute not true statement. I don't have much time without my kids. I can't go to a class if I have both my kids with me, although I have found one that I attended yesterday and I'm attending again tomorrow, so things are starting to change. And the amazing instructor is like so open to just bring your kids. I can only bring one. Like, I think it'd be too hard to bring two. So tomorrow morning I'm taking my son and we'll see how he goes. I just need to stay on. I need to stay on the train. The moment I get off, things fall apart. And that's what's been happening for me. So my diet's been poor. My exercise has been quite non-existent. I feel down. My cup is quite empty. For anyone watching who thinks that has anything to do with how much I adore my children, you're wrong. I have not been looking after myself, and that's what's bringing me down. And I need to look after myself because they need to see a mum that looks after herself. I need to look after myself in order to be the best mum I can be. And I'm so aware that that is not selfish. I'm so aware that that is serving my children, and I have waited for the opportunity to have more time to myself to be able to cater to my needs. That opportunity is not presenting itself, and I'm sick of waiting. So I need to do something different, and I need to change. I have these moments constantly throughout my life. You may see more of them on my channel, and I don't want to hide. I don't share everything online, but what I will share and what I think is important to share, and why I make the content that I make, is because I want other mums in my shoes to know that they are not alone, to know that it's completely normal, completely natural, or at least I hope it is, or I'm making a fool of myself, to not have your shit together, to feel like you've got your shit together and then things just fall apart, to crave better. I'm craving better. I need the tools to do better. That's what I need. And that's why I decided to put some money into a lifestyle coach above other kind of supports that I probably do need at the moment. Like I mentioned earlier, I have engaged a physio, but what good is a physio if I'm not following through? I've been given exercises that, if I commit, take 15 minutes a day. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are many, many times that I've tried to do those exercises. There are many times that I've been successful in finishing, but many times that I'm like 3 minutes in and someone's crying, or someone needs me, or someone's climbing on me, and I just give up because I'm just like, how is it that I can't spare 15 minutes for my health? And so because of those moments, I end up just not bothering, and it's not right. So there's a bit of my attitude that needs adjusting. There's a bit of my willpower and determination that needs adjusting. It's not to say that it's not okay, and it's not to say that it's not something that many mums experience and then come out of. I'm just ready to come out of that stage. I've let go of myself in every way possible. I don't care to put the time into presenting myself in a way that makes me feel good. So on top of the fact that I'm not feeling great because I'm not eating great, I'm not exercising, and I'm not sleeping, I don't want to see my reflection. I don't feel like myself. There's a lot that needs to change. I'm just tired of it. So I'm going to change it. I plan to document, but also keeping it real, because you need to know. It's important to know. It's important to have it out there. So I'm going to go because I'm going to try and get an early night's sleep, since I am lacking in so much sleep. But please subscribe to my channel if you are in my shoes, or you'd like to see my journey back to feeling like myself. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you very, very soon. Bye.